This is done by a variety of organizations, including family offices, national wealth funds, endowment funds, hedge funds, and pension funds. As part of their due diligence, they are all currently investigating the crypto question: do they need to invest money? How much and how? How much and how? Indeed. If we were to add 3% or 5% of this value to the XRP system, how much would that cost? 3 or 4 isn't even close to that number. Let's check the amount of money. No one in the US or any place else in the globe will be allowed to enter the cryptocurrency market in the coming years. What impact does that have on the price of XRP? They are in various stages of their journey. Some of them are already investing because they know what's right. When conducting investigations, some persons adhere to a certain procedure. These groups take a long time to complete tasks. These groups, like business panels, often only go together 4 times a year. Leaders in this situation only get together 4 times a year. If they need to meet 4 or 5 times to discuss it, it will take them 18 to 24 months to decide. It will take a while to do this. The following 12 to 24 months will be the best, in my opinion. Many trillions of dollars will be invested in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Prices will rise as those things change. Prices will rise as those things change. Let's better understand the amount of money we have. Indeed, he had a lot to say. Of several types of property. I had to play this clip more than once in order to record them all. We should review this again. Banks, endowment funds, hedge funds, pension funds, trading firms, and national wealth funds are among them. There are $9 trillion worth of insurance firms in the United States. That sum of money is enormous. $4.74 trillion can be given to hedge funds. Pensions are worth $43.4 trillion. Cash. $35 trillion is at stake for brokerage firms. These include JP Morgan, Vanguard, Schwab, Fidelity, and numerous others. There are roughly 400 billion yen in trust funds. Stanford has 43 billion, Yale has 41 billion, and Harvard has 53 billion. Still, it must be enjoyable to view the schools, right? Since many schools have benefited from Ripple's technology, correct? Now that they have made the decision to spend money on something, would these schools purchase Bitcoin? They could be. They will purchase it after years of testing, right? $27 trillion for US family businesses, banks, cities, and shares. 1. They number 1.08 trillion. Then there are the difficult to quantify national wealth funds. The number of family firms in the United States is derived from a global pool of around $4.67 trillion. All right, how much do we actually discuss? We visited the US, so we know what it's like there. Worldwide, there exist insurance firms. What was it, 9? $40 trillion worldwide and $9 trillion in the United States. $50 trillion saved for pensions and retirement, and $4.74 for hedge funds. Banks have $400 trillion, trading firms have $145 trillion, and endowment funds have between $300 billion and $400 billion. The combined value of national wealth funds and family offices is $13.9 trillion and $4.67 trillion, respectively. What? For XRP Master, what numbers are required? Let's start by examining certain figures that aren't influenced by market capitalization.
I understand.
Come on down. The percentages of 1%, 3%, and 5% follow from there. $1.21 trillion, or 1% of this sum, would be invested in XRP. That would give us roughly $12. A growth in market value is one thing that this is not. Remember that 3% is $3.64. 5% is almost $6 trillion, or $60. This is new money invested in Bitcoin, XRP, and other ventures. Indeed, this indicates that actual funds are entering the stock. No one's rights are being violated. To accomplish this, they would simply need to invest in and purchase these cryptocurrency assets on the open market. All right? Hey, we already know this. Ripple might respond if they attempted to negotiate with them for the remaining XRP. In other words, the transaction is final. There is nothing else, as you are already aware. These represent the 1%, 3%, and 5% of the global population. At 1%, there is $65.95 worth of XRP. $200 in XRP is equivalent to 3%, and $329 is equivalent to 5%. Keep in mind that the market capitalization has not increased. Do you want to view the impressive market capitalization figures? How much are we talking about? Thank you. That's all right. Don't be concerned if you need to pause and take a seat. All right, these are the figures. In the US, 1%, 3%, and 5%. Here, the bet is displayed 5, 10, and 25 times. Remember that XRP is currently increasing in value by 100x to 600x. Additionally, money enters and exits the system. All right, with a 50x, this could bring us to $600 or 1% in the US. We would receive 3 times that amount, or $3,000, for every $100 we wagered, correct? That amounts to around 3%, 5%, and 10%, between $3,600 to $9,000, or roughly $1,800. Prices for XRP in the US are 5%, $3,000, $6,000, and $15,000. Remember that these market capitalization rates will not always be 100 or 500 times their current values. However, balancing the numbers will require a significant amount of cash flow and a very long period. They'll be far more prevalent. Those XRP figures are absurd and unreal, even though I realize it seems like a pipe dream. Allow me to discuss this with you. 50 times that of 1%, 3%, and 5%. 3,200 among them, 9,999 or $16,000. I don't want to discuss these figures too much because they remind me of fairy tales. Some individuals believe that if you invest 5 cents in cryptocurrency, it will gain 100 or 250 times. That is unlikely to occur. Let's go serious now. All I had to say was that if XRP's value increased and enough people desired it, it could reach 4 or even 5 digits very soon. We all firmly believe that XRP has the potential to be a profitable venture. Financial market infrastructures, banks, and businesses to transfer funds fast and for a nominal cost. That's the way it is now. XRP and Ripple have always sought to identify and attract new clients. Remember always that Stellar has been shopping for a long time. I believe they had just informed everyone that Visa would accept coins. They are aware of the types of customers they attract. Banks, central banks, financial institutions, and the instruments that enable the financial market to function are among Ripple's users. You are aware that Ripple can transmit data securely and swiftly, aren't you? That's what we're discussing. Overall usage of XRP worldwide. Okay, so here's what I intended to show you among the basic hello everyone. His name was Don Quack, I think. I apologize if I misspelled his last name. This increase in market capitalization was his responsibility. This is the way it is. Unsure of how to execute all of the code and other components. Anyway, this $10 billion was made by CryptoBasic. Approximately $91 worth of XRP would be obtained from this 516 times. It has already been stated. One of the president's sons, Eric Trump, advises purchasing when costs are reduced. Now that his firms employ Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's obvious that he likes them. We could purchase from American companies, which would be fantastic. Do you recall the origins of Ethereum? Where does Ethereum become recorded? What were you saying, Switzerland? Well, that was enjoyable, fostering innovation in the United States. I suppose. Additionally, both of Trump's sons are well-versed in the cryptocurrency business. They have a lengthy history here. I believe we could make great strides if Donald Trump would only listen to Don Jr. or Eric Trump. Look at it. Coins like XRP may also attempt to alter the way banks operate. The purpose of XRP is to facilitate international money transfers swiftly. In other words, both XRP and Bitcoin are value networks. Thus, the SWIFT system is a network of information that manages banks and enables cross-border money transfers. Someone must constantly work on the SWIFT system for anything to happen. Indeed. Dealing with things like